Hi. It's been a little bit more than 2 months. I've just now finished the spring semester a whole 10 months after I put up the initial video about developing a Quizlet alternative. So now that I've surpassed the deadline I set for myself by around 500%, I would like to show you what I've been working on for all this time. This is Project Magellan, named after the 16th century explorer who led the first successful circumnavigation of the globe. Much like Magellan charted new paths, I wanted this project to be the first one where I fully dedicated my time and effort to seeing it through to completion, unlike my previous attempts at some coding projects. So, where did all that time go? Well, it went into this, a stylized, completely offline flashcard and studying desktop application. The most important feature I wanted to have that would make or break the application is the ability to import any Quizlet set, which would give users the option to continue using any of the 500 million sets that Quizlet users have already made and shared on that site. And it's got all the stuff you'd expect from a flashcard app, including creating and editing your own sets, flashcards, of course, multiple choice tests, and a couple gamified learning modes. Magellan also has features that Quizlet doesn't, like selecting fonts and font scaling for accessibility purposes. So, you've learned what it can do, but what about where you can get the project? Well, if you feel generous enough to support me and the continued development of Magellan, you can pay 99 cents on itch.io. But if you just want to get the program and don't want to deal with breaking out a credit card, it will always be free on my GitHub. Both options are linked below. Now if you stick around for the rest of the video, I'll be showing some behind the scenes of the development. How did I get from a Google Docs to a full-fledged desktop application? Well, we're going to turn back the clock to 10 months ago when I put up the last video. I was fed up with Quizlet and annoyed that they were stripping features that I'd been using for years. So I opened up a doc and started writing ideas for a program that I'd like to use. After all, an application can only be good as its design document allows for. So after ideating over it for a couple days, I finally started a new Love2D project. Love2D, for those that haven't used it before, is just about the simplest way to make a quick game or program. It's used in a lot of stuff, but the one that nobody can stop yapping about is Balatro. So with solid footing and some experience in making a couple other projects, I foolishly wrote some of the least reusable and worst code of my career. I mean, what was I thinking? But one important thing is that it did work, and that was enough for me. I was hooked. And at a feverish pace, I worked day in and day out to make something usable, quickly checking off every feature, starting with importing Quizlet sets, a main menu, flashcards, matching, editing, and previewing, all of which was finished in 2 weeks or so. But what I didn't know at the time was how much technical debt I was laying out for future me. Technical debt is a concept in Devlog that essentially means that the faster you make a project, the more sloppily it gets done. So when you go back to work on that code and add a new feature, it gets exponentially harder. This is often known as spaghetti code, and you can see it in games like War Thunder, that every once in a while bring back a bug that they've squashed like 10 or so times in the past. So how did I quash this spaghetti code? Well, it's not gone completely, but fortunately my codebase is small enough that I could literally read all of it and rewrite everything that looked like it might cause a program in the future. So where am I going to take the program from here? Well, I have quite a few ideas. In no particular order, I want to implement rich text formatting like underline, bold, and extra symbols for math, and some sort of basic autocorrect, as well as an autofill dictionary system that I've come up with, where if you type a common English word, you can choose to have the program search an offline dictionary to autofill the definition. So say you wanted the definition of the word defenestrate, you could have it search that offline dictionary and automatically fill the definition for your flashcard with what that word means. And my final idea, this one is a big leap, but I would be interested in making an Android build if we get far enough, so that you could take your Magellan flashcards on the go and continue studying them, which is something that I personally want as well, so hopefully I get there. Lastly, this program is source visible, but it's not quote-unquote open source. I want to keep the development only to me and anyone else I feel like adding to the project that would add to it. One big point of Magellan is that I'm learning, growing, and well, honestly, it would look good on a resume. But that doesn't mean I'm not open to feedback, or especially reporting issues and bugs. So if you have any ideas for Magellan, feel free to throw them in the comments, or look in the description for a Discord server that I may or may not create in the future. Thanks, and have a good one.